So today I've been down in London. I was at the Hilton Metropole on Edgware Road in Marylebone, and I went down to the Societies of Photographers convention. Jolly nice day it was too. Hello to the fans I met down there. It was nice to catch up with you guys, and brilliant to catch up with a couple of mates. Phil, who you've seen on this channel before, the video that had him in it, I shall link, it's there. It was great to do all that stuff. But there were two cameras in particular that I went down to see, and I sort of got to see one and then a half of that, but I'll come back to that in a second, and also some cool lights. So I'm going to throw you over now to me at the show, where you'll see me talking to some people about some stuff. I'm here at the moment with the Hasselblad stand, and they've got the X1D, which is the mirrorless camera that's just come out. If we have a little look at this down here, what you've got with this camera is basically something that's a little bit bigger than a full-size 35mm sensor, but is smaller than the stuff that you get in the 60D, that kind of stuff. But it gives you a very nice, neat, compact way of getting involved with medium format. This camera is new to market, and there's also currently a couple of lenses here. There's a 45mm and a 90mm lens. There's also a 35, which is available as well. The nice thing about this, you've got touchscreen on it, it's weather sealed in the lenses, and actually the price is surprisingly good. The body comes in at about £6,400, lenses start from about £1,100. So to get involved in something that's bigger than 35mm, that's actually a really nice price. The especially nice thing about that, considering where the lenses start in the price, is that they do include the leaf shutters in here as well, which means you're going to get a sync speed of up to 2,000th of a second, which is pretty remarkable, and certainly a lot better than I can get with my Fuji X-T1. So I'm here with Chris from Broncolor, and we're looking at the Siros series of lights here. The nice thing about the Siros series is that they're surprisingly affordable, and they do have a lot of really great features on them. The Broncolor system everybody knows and aspires to having, of course, with the big brothers, but I think people would be surprised to know exactly what you can get with the Siros system. And we're going to swing around this way and have a little look at it. If we can get myself in the shot there, where is it? There we go. Actually pointing in the right direction. So there we go. Let's have a look at that one. So this is the Siros. There's two versions of this. There's this one, which runs off mains power, and then there's also one called an L, which runs off its own lithium battery that sits in the top. I'm here with Chris, and he's going to tell me just a little bit about these lights and the direction that Broncolor are going with these.
Well, they realised that they were missing out a little bit on the monoblock market, because the monoblocks that they had 4 years ago were pretty old-fashioned. They were very good, built like brick outhouses, but they were very old-fashioned, very basic. So they brought out the Siros range, the mains units, 4 years ago at Fodekina, and sort of revolutionised the way they work. So Bron is very famous for its colour stability and also its flash durations, and they've kept that in the monoblock. So for example, the monoblock 400 and 800, maximum flash duration is something like about 19,000ths of a second. So it's incredibly fast. So it will freeze pretty much anything.
Yeah.
It's also totally colour stable, and it has a very unique feature in that it can all be controlled by Wi-Fi. They actually create a Wi-Fi network which you join with a device, and then with a free app you download, you can then control every function of every light individually.
That's amazing, isn't it? So basically you've got a system here which you can control remotely, that comes in. You can get a two-head kit of these ones for about £2,300. A little bit more money for the ones with the lithium batteries, which means that you can take them on location, not have to worry about wires or external battery packs and things like that. A lot of functionality, and that 19,000th of a second, you really can freeze pretty much anything like that. That's super lightning speed, so absolutely incredible stuff.
So we can change the power by whole stops, by swiping, or by tenths, by tapping.
Cool.
And then individual lights pull up here. They're all colour coded. This one is a blue LED. We've got 5 different colours, and they would appear here with the different colour swatches on them, so that you know which light you're talking to. You can do sequencing with them. You can do alternate, so you can get them to fire alternately. You can do all sorts of special effects with them as well from the app, which is totally free, and it works exactly the same with the battery units. And of course, you can all do high-speed sync as well.
Well, that's brilliant. So if you're looking to get into the Broncolor system and you thought that maybe you'd have to sell one of your children to do it, now's the time, because these are really affordable units at the amount of functionality that you get in there. Chris, thanks very much.
Pleasure.
Cheers. And the other camera that I went to see was, of course, the Fuji medium format camera, but it was only a prototype and they wouldn't let me get it out of this glass cabinet. So that's why it's behind this glass. It's a really interesting camera. It's actually got exactly the same sensor as the Hasselblad you've just seen. But the main difference is, and that is going to be a deal breaker I think for some, it hasn't got the leaf shutters built into the lenses. So it means it's only got a sync speed of 1/125th of a second. So for anybody that was complaining about the sync speed of their X Pro 1 XT2 that was 180th of a second, this is only 125th. It's even worse. That being said, when you compare it to its sort of main competitor, I guess, which is going to be something like the 645 from Pentax, that also has a sync speed of just 1/125th of a second. And of course it is entirely plausible that they will bring out a range of lenses in the future that do have that leaf shutter. It's not a guarantee by any stretch, so I wouldn't buy into the camera in the hope that that will happen, but personally I wouldn't put it past Fuji to bring out some G-mount lenses with the leaf shutter in. But nevertheless, it is a very exciting time to be getting involved with medium format cameras from a price point of view. The Pentax at the show, you could get that for £6,100 and you got two free lenses with it. The Hasselblad comes in at about £6,000–7,000, something around there, and when the official prices have been announced for the Fuji, I think we're probably going to see something similar, somewhere in that vein. So, you know, compared to times of yore when you'd be looking at 20, 30, 40,000 pounds to get into these things, it's a big difference. Still very expensive, but it is an interesting alternative to spending that £6,000 on something like a Nikon D5 or a Canon 1DX Mark II, and choice is always a good thing. So, as always, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please click the subscribe button and I will see you all again soon. Cheers.